Howdy guys, and welcome back to Moto Joshing. So today I want to discuss boozing culture. This time of year, obviously the old office parties are awash. You've probably, been forced to don your Christmas jumper and get out there. And for me, I'm just not a big boozer. I kicked the arse out of it. I certainly drunk my fair share. But it's just not for me these days, and what I find quite strange is the cultural kind of slant, I guess, or peer pressure, I guess, for drinking. It's one of those things that I'm not against people drinking. If they want to have a couple of bevies and get gazeboed, then go wild, my friend. You go nuts. It's just not for me. However, even when you have this attitude, I guess, or you are of this type, the amount of people that don't get it, don't accept it, they're just like, what? No, I'll have another one. Let me get you another one. No, I'll get you another one. And it's like, no, I don't want another one. This is always exacerbated by masturbated. Yeah, it's always ever present at festivities. So weddings is a big one. When you tell people, yeah, I'll have a non-alcoholic beer, or no, you've already had one, and it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon before the meal and all that kind of stuff. And people are just like, no, let me get you one. And it's just like, no, it's not that I don't want one. It's not that I can't afford one, I just don't want it. And this is an interesting concept to people. And they find it a struggle to comprehend and put their head around, really, I guess. That there are people that don't want to drink. However, statistically, this is becoming more of a thing. That more and more people aren't necessarily drinking, whether it's for, health and that fitness lifestyle that everyone wants to have these days. Yeah, I'm actually a fan of a non-alcoholic beverage. It's just funny. So what do you guys think about boozing culture? Do you have any friends that are particularly big drinkers? Are you the same, or have you got friends, I guess like myself, that used to be big drinkers, but now, nah, not so much? And how do you assist them in this endeavour? Do you assist them? Are you that person that says, oh no pal, you have another one, let's get you another one, or wants to get in rounds, so so that it almost puts the pressure on that person to then drink 4 drinks or 5 drinks, however many people there are. Yeah, I'd be intrigued to know your opinion of it, as to what your view is. But for me, just not a big boozer, and it comes up quite a lot, more than you think it would. When, especially this time of year, and I'll happily have a couple of beers, but once I get past that 3 or 4 beer mark, yeah, no, I'm up in my bed then, I'm not interested, I'm pretty bored. 9 times out of 10, it also depends what time of night it is, like, after 10 o'clock in a bar, is pretty much, retard level. That's when it starts getting a little bit more slippery. That's when more drunken retards start showing up. I'll let you skip the light. Catch you back in a sec. So as I was saying, yeah, anything after 10 o'clock, I'm pretty much out of there. No interest in the slightest. So, but I'm intrigued, drinking with your buddies is pretty solidified in biker culture. Obviously not when you're necessarily out on the bike, because these things are different. I think part of it as well is that in Scotland the drinking law was a lot tighter than it is in England and Wales at the moment. So at the moment in England and Wales, I think you can have a pint and jump on your bike and head home, no bother. You can drive after that, whereas in Scotland I don't think you can get a half in before that would be enough to send you over the limit. So maybe that's got something to do with it. But I'm intrigued on your opinion on drinking culture and the perception, I guess, as to, oh, you'll have a drink, you know, that not pushing people into it, but it's quite heavily pressurized, I guess. Into drinking culture and getting people to have a bevy, and yeah, it's is it something we should be encouraging, to be honest? We all know alcoholism is no joke at the higher end of things. I know everything in moderation is key to all this, but at the same time, why is it that there is so much peer pressure around alcohol? And are you that kind of person that you know, gets your mate, won't let him leave if he wants to just pop in for a couple of hours or whatever? Is that something you give him hassle over, you know? If he comes down the pub for, you know, 3 pints and then it's like, nah, I'm off now, chaps. Is that a big deal to you? I don't know, I'm just intrigued to hear your opinion on it. Personally, I would rather keep the money in my bank and have money to spend on my toys than, you know, just going down the pub to get pissed and write your next day off because you can't do anything because you're hungover to fuck. It's yeah, just not for me. Not for me. Anyway guys, I would love your opinion on this one, just to see where you are as people as well. It's quite interesting sometimes when you hear from some people who are also, I'm not saying teetotalers because I still drink, I just do not drink to excess, so I will have a couple because I actually enjoy the taste of beer, but I shall not, I wouldn't term anything I've done in the last couple of years really as anything more than tipsy after a couple. Certainly not drunk, anyway. But I'd be intrigued to know your view on alcohol and boozing culture, as it were. So yeah, what are your thoughts on boozing culture and alcohol and how alcohol is treated? You know, it's certainly culturally different in Europe than it is in the UK, and as such treated differently. Where I think there's a little bit more respect for drinking, to be honest. And there's less hero worship of someone that gets steamboats. So I'm slightly intrigued to hear your opinion on boozing culture. Yeah, I guess it's all linked to lad culture. But yeah, certainly like to know your thoughts in the comment section. And I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Ta-ta, bye-bye.